On this episode of COD Players Deserve Nothing. Welcome back to the channel, this is the One Boom, and today we're going to be talking about my least favorite aspect of one of my favorite communities, the COD community. And for those of you that haven't watched me in a while, yeah, I used to say COD didn't have a community. Player base is too big, it doesn't really have any community vibes because it's just a bunch of disjointed people that happen to play the same mass appeal game. But I've sort of changed my rhetoric on this because I want to form a sense of community, at least on my channel. So when I talk about the COD community, I talk about the people on Twitter engaging with me, engaging with other YouTubers, the people that tweet the devs in a respectful and meaningful way, the people that are talking. And if you're commenting on this video about the state of Call of Duty, you're a part of the community. I've been an asshole about this subject for a while, and I'm trying to not be anymore because I'm kind of waging a war on what I'm about to talk about in this video. This weird, stupid standard for the amount of work developers need to do needs to go away. Video essayists have raised the standard past the level of understanding for most people. Game development understanding, the understanding of how games are made and the understanding of what goes into them, or just the lack of historical understanding or appreciation of the medium they're playing, so they think that, problems in video games are just like restricted to right now in modern gaming, because they've never loaded up an old console or an emulator and played old games in the genre, go play an old JRPG from the 90s, or go play an old shooter from the early 2000s, and just, maybe broaden your horizons a little bit. But if you're somebody who thinks that Black Ops 3 is old and that was your first COD or whatever, and now you're playing nothing but modern Call of Duty on modern hardware, and you have this really stringent view that's basically being formed by your own frustration and grifter video essayists trying to monopolize that frustration, then yeah, your perspective is going to get roasted in my videos. I've been playing this franchise since 2010, and let me tell you, it's never been perfect. I then even went back and educated myself on the history of the series and watched as much stuff as possible that wasn't opinionated, but in fact actually informed me about the dev cycles of Call of Duty, and I encourage you to do the damn same, because this is ridiculous. So let's reel it back. And we're not going to be playing any sort of video game activism nonsense that a lot of, again, grifter essayists will try to sell you on. So let's talk about this objectively. We're consumers, okay? You're the average guy. You're going to school, you're going to work, you are unemployed, living at home, living with your parents, living with your girlfriend, living with your grandparents, I don't care. You're just a guy. You're a guy. I don't care if you're a girl, you're a guy. And you have to buy things, right? To survive, you have to be able to pay for certain things, certain amenities to live. I mean, you're not watching this on Magic, right? You're not streaming this through Magic. You don't play Call of Duty through Magic. You don't play video games through Magic. So you are paying for products, okay? So when I make a video talking about how I was kind of hoping that Black Ops 7 would have Black Ops 2 remastered maps as its main set of maps, because I want that nostalgia. And I'll get into that more in a second, because that's a nuanced thing in and of itself. And I have people saying, wow, you want them to do less work. All right, herein lies the issue. You are obsessed with the amount of work and effort being put forward into the product you're purchasing. And when you say that out loud, God, doesn't that just sound so American, so justified? I am obsessed with the amount of effort going into the product that I consume. It sounds great. It sounds wonderful. In truth, you're stupid. You want to be provided for. You see developers as an object that make the thing for you, and you grant them that $70 for the modern game purchase. You grant them your Game Pass subscription. Whereas in truth, they give you everything. You'd have nothing to even complain about if they didn't get up every morning and get to work on your big electronic toy, you man-child. But you're obsessed with the amount of work they're doing. So if someone like me likes the idea of the mid-COD refresh or the sort of half-sequel COD games, I'm a fan of what Modern Warfare 3 was. I want them to improve on it. I don't think Modern Warfare 3 was perfect. I could do a whole video on that guy. But the point is, I like the idea of a Black Ops sequel right after Black Ops 6 that's a pseudo-sequel, pseudo-expansion by having carry forward, all of my Black Ops 6 weapons carry forward. Hopefully into the same time to kill and everything, so we don't have the nightmare of weapon balancing that Modern Warfare 3 was. But that would make it more of an expansion, because I'm bringing forward my current stuff into a new experience. That's how an expansion works. And a lot of expansions in games are about, the price of a new game. But then it's also a sequel because you get a new campaign and you get new zombies maps, right? So I like the idea of it being a sequel with its own new and unique content and it being a expansion. Now on top of that, it works as a remaster because of containing all of the Black Ops 2 maps. And that is just something personally I would like to see. If you want an entirely new set of maps, you want an entirely new set of everything, okay, that's awesome, good for you. I can relate, I can understand that, I can totally see your point of view. I'm not being condescending, totally get it, that makes sense to me. But I sort of like the vibe of here's new weapons, new perks, new creative class, new campaign, new third mode, you know, new stuff that makes it feel like a new game, but also sort of feels like a remaster of Black Ops 2, because we're not gonna probably get a remaster of Black Ops 2. And I don't care if we've seen some Black Ops 2 maps in Black Ops Cold War, or even if we get Black Ops 2 maps in this game like we did with Grind. I don't really care. I still just would like that as a product. I would personally enjoy that as a product. I am older than most of the demographic of people that watch my videos. So you have to understand, Black Ops 2 is like 13 years old, and even though some of that content's been brought back and sprinkled into other COD games, I would still love to have all of it in one place for me to experience, especially with some like new and remastered weapons like the hammer or the SMR, attachments like the target finder, MMS scanner. I would love it to be a pseudo remaster of what is one of my favorite shooters of all time, Black Ops 2. But the fact that some people hear that and they're like, well, you want them to do less work. My standard is not of the work that they do. My standard is what product do they provide me. They're making the product for me. It is a privilege to be able to spend my money on the products I enjoy, whether it's a new gaming monitor, a collectible action figure, a new comic I wanted to read, an order from DoorDash for like a Del Taco burrito while I'm editing. Like, it is a privilege to be able to like make money and spend it on things. And I know that everybody is in a different financial position. Half the time I've been running this channel, I was living like at less than $1,000 a month. I get it. There was a period of time in my life that the only money I had to spend for myself was the money I made from YouTube. And my channel is very inconsistent. So sometimes that was like $1,000, maybe $1,500. And other months it was like $500. And I still put my money away for the things that mattered to me. Getting the new console, getting the new controller, getting the new COD game, because I like this shit. And we've demonized this consumerism while taking full part in it for so long now. It's brain rotted people into when you say, I want Black Ops 2 remastered, it's like, oh, you want them to do less work? And here's the thing, if I told you I just wanted Black Ops 2 remastered, wouldn't that be the least amount of work? Just port all of those damage numbers, all of those weapons, all of those sounds, all of those models, and just remake all this old content. You wouldn't have to design, because it's already designed, you just have to make it in the new engine. If I just said remaster everything, you'd be like, oh man, Black Ops 2 remastered go hard as fuck. But yeah, I'm willing to pay for a game that is part expansion, part sequel, and part remaster. And suddenly I'm advocating for less work being done? Evaluate your brain. I am not their boss. I'm not their boss. I am somebody who enjoys the products they make like 7 times out of 10. And so I'm just saying what I'd like to see from the product I'm willing to buy. And yet we've demonized people for just being fans of a super popular shooter franchise. Like, it's scamming us. No, every time we've bought a COD game, we've received a COD game. We don't like them all equally because you don't like anything all equally. We buy COD for the COD experience the same way a Mortal Kombat fan buys Mortal Kombat for the Mortal Kombat experience, a Forza fan buys a Forza game for that Forza experience, a Sims fan bought a Sims game for the Sims experience, a Tony Hawk Pro Skater fan bought Tony Hawk Pro Skater for the Tony Hawk Pro Skater experience. We don't like it when games like Halo 4 or Battlefield 2142 copy and rip aspects from Call of Duty, leaving on the table why we bought Halo and Battlefield, right? Like, we don't want that. Sure, I've had fond memories with both of those games somehow, but like, it's still like not what I want, and I don't play them very long because they're providing something adjacent to an experience that already exists and releases annually, as in every fucking year. So I'm gonna make you be an adult right now, audience. There is a Call of Duty game coming out this year. I could decide to make a video going, there shouldn't be, don't buy it, but that's childish, that's stupid. You're in charge of your own money. If it's worth it for you, then it's worth it. By the way, it's not if it's worth it for you, it's worth it for you. It's if it's worth it for you, it is in fact worth it. If you're gonna get the time out of it, if you and your friends are excited for it, it is worth it. And don't let anyone fucking tell you different. So there is a COD game coming out this year, so I don't have to go into any hypotheticals about whether or not they should release one. There is one coming out. It will cost full price, but I will be getting it on Game Pass, but it will cost full price. What do I want to pay for? Well, I enjoyed the shit out of Modern Warfare 3, and I think one of the reasons Modern Warfare 3 had such quality post-launch content is that for its main maps, it was essentially an MW209 remaster. So, when it came to post-launch, that's where they got to put all their creativity, and over the year, Modern Warfare 3 felt like 3 different Call of Duty games worth of content, and now I can hop into that game right now and play the OG playlist, all the 09 maps. It's wonderful. Or I could hop into any of the other playlists and play a myriad of original unique maps that are specific to MW3. And I want that experience again. So there is a product coming out. This is something I'd like to see with it. I am not gonna be bent out of shape about how much work a developer is doing. To end this video off, let me point out that this happened back in 2019 when people were trying to get Joe Saycott and their community manager fucking fired on Christmas, signing petitions to get them fired on Christmas like they're not even human beings because Modern Warfare 2019 had unbalanced weapons and loud footsteps. Developers are human beings. These products are just meant to be either purchased or left alone. This pontification, this over-analyzing, this over-intellectualizing, bullshit grifting essayist, we need to hold them to a standard. They're not politicians. They make electronic toys. And I'm gonna fucking fight this shit all year. So, see you when I see you guys. Goodbye.